Class B, and Chris, one game left.
Yes, and we have a little Class A title be resolved. Well, this is another good matchup here between Classical and Bishop Hendricken. All right, one of our favorite little things here before a game is how did they get here? Well, let's find out right now. And one of our finalists is Classical. This is the first time the Purple have been in the state final, led by Coach Don Pastine. They sported the best record, 16-1 in Class A2 this season. Classical is led by junior Michael Reed, the 6'5 center, who's been outstanding in the playoffs. He's a leaper. He leads the Purple in rebounding. But in the quarterfinals, the Purple blue pads were in socket, and the score was 81-61. As we had a lot of players there. We had Reed, we had Len Lopes, and a good player, Manny Burrows, senior point guard, junior guard Steve Zubiago, too. So they soundly defeated a good Central team then, 85-72. All right, that's one finalist. The other finalist is the Bishop Hendricken Hawks. And they're making their sixth straight appearance in the finals, all against six different opponents. And they finished at 14-4 and tied for second in A1. And the Hawks have had a tougher road to the finals and the quarterfinals. They had to patiently wait they waited his chances in outlasting North Providence 50-41, senior guard. Waldo Manning led the Hawks in that game. And in the semifinals, they defeated LaSalle in a rematch of last year's final 54-53. In a tight game, the key was senior guard Steve Brewster's defense on Jamie Bainton, holding the LaSalle star to only, holding them down. They still had a lot of points in the game. It was an exciting game. This should be an exciting game right here. And that's what we have with the Hawks of Bishop Hendricken. And we have the Purple of Classical. We mentioned the coaching matchup here. Ray Pepin, if we didn't mention his name, for Hendricken. Boy, he's just used to this. He's been here before, as I expressed up. So does Don Pastine. As he was over there at Central, won 4 titles. Helped Jimmy Adams coach that fine team 1 year. But as we said earlier, every team has their own little thing, their own little profile, Frank.
That's right. Tonight in the Class A final, Classical and Hendricken, it is the tradition of Hendricken against the newcomer, Classical. Let's take a look at the profile of these two teams. When you talk Bishop Hendricken basketball, you talk of tradition. Hawks haven't dominated championships, but they have always been in the running in the past few years. That has led to a somewhat professional attitude amongst the players.
Yeah, basically all year we came out. All year we've been coming out of the locker room, just going to our drills, not much noise, and that's the team we've been all year.
Sunday night will be our 6th straight year in the state finals. And I think that's helped us, too. Obviously, there's a certain tradition that the kids kind of rise to the occasion.
They have risen to the circumstances, but some of Hendricken's crew would just as soon be apart from the perennial winner's image. They wouldn't even mind being a Cinderella.
Probably more of a disadvantage for us because we're always expected to win everything, And then we don't, It's like everybody in the state teams up against us, Hendricken, And if it wasn't such a disadvantage, we'd probably, be able to play a lot better than we do. I'd rather be the underdog.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a more exciting, more visual high school team than the Purple of Classical High. Their court leader is number 22, junior Michael Reed. He has a James Worthy quality about him, powerful and quick on the drives, supremely confident all over the floor, and able to bury the bomb if you cheat inside on him. In fact, adorned in purple, this team may be a high school version of the Los Angeles Lakers. The ball-handling guard, like Norm Nixon, wears number 10. Manny Barrows has the quickness to exploit any cracks the defense dares to show. Barrows also has the composure to set up the patterned offense. The Purple have the patience to wait for the shot they want and get it. Classical is looking for its first Class A title. If Hendricken lets the game degenerate into a transition affair, showtime, as they call it in L.A., could come pretty early.
All right, there's a little look at these teams coming up, and they're out on the floor. They just about concluded their practice, and we're going to be back here in just a moment. We'll meet the coaches. Hendricken And Classical, we mentioned two great coaches here, and we've had the pleasure of knowing both of these guys here over the years. And Frank Carpano is down there, and he's going to chat with them right now. Frank.
All right, thank you, Chris. With me, Ray Pepin from Hendricken, Don Pastine from Classical, and you know, the microphone does weird things to coaches. Maybe we can get the game plan out of both of you guys. What do you think? Well, what's the big thing to think about tonight, Coach?
Michael Reed, from our point of view, we just don't have anybody that size to match up with him, so we're going to have to work very hard in a team defense to kind of control him. He had 30 points the other night against Central, and we can't let that happen tonight.
What about your secrets, Coach?
We're going to handle that pressure. I know. We hope that Michael has the same kind of game he had the other night, obviously. But if we have to rely on any one player like that, we could be in trouble. Mike had an outstanding game, but we need a 5-man effort tonight to try to handle Hendricken.
Would you agree that you are the underdog in this game?
I don't think we're the underdog. I think both teams match up pretty well. He's a little deeper than I am. We're a little quicker than he is. So it kind of averages out.
They're 16-1, and we're 14-4. How did you get to be the underdog?
I don't know.
Let me ask you this. I say that because you've been here the last 6 years, okay?
Those people aren't here now. This is a different group of kids. I think our experience playing down here hopefully will be a factor. But the Classical kids have played here 2 or 3 times this year, and the baskets are 10 feet high. And once the game, I think there's a certain amount of nervous energy that's expended before the game because it's a state final. Once the game starts, I think the kids adjust to the situation.
You've had that tradition, of course, with the Hendricken team. How do you keep the kids keeping their minds in perspective here?
Oh, I think there's a certain tradition the kids feel they have to uphold. Success has a tendency to breed success, and we kind of try to keep building on that.
Coach, you came up from Class C just 3 years ago. We were talking about a little bit about the difference between the 3 divisions. Did you find that there was that much of a change coming from Class A up to A?
Oh, the biggest change, obviously, is that every game you're playing against some very, very good schools. Now, in Class C, the depth of the leagues aren't as strong as Class A. There are some outstanding teams and outstanding personnel in Class C. But the bottom half of that of the league, you don't have that drop-off in Class A. Every game, every week, they're going against big schools with big talent.
I hate to cut you off. That's going to make for a great conversation sometime, maybe over at the Players Pub. Listen, best of luck to both of you in the game. Talk to you both at halftime and after the game. Best of luck. Ray Pepin and Don Pastine, a big Class A game coming up tonight. It's Hendricken versus Classical. Now up to Chris Clark for the introduction of the players.
And hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. May I have your attention once again. This evening's championship game of the Greater Providence Trust Classic will feature the Hawks of Bishop Hendricken High School against the Purple of Classical High School. And now for our starting lineups. For Classical, at guard, number 10, Manny Barrow. For Hendricken, at guard, number 11, Sean Hensler. For Classical, at guard, number 21, Steve Zubiago. And for Hendricken at guard, number 12, Steve Brewster. For Classical at forward, number 23, Rich Tutt. For Hendricken at forward, number 15, Waldo Manning. For Classical at forward, number 12, Len Lopes. For Hendricken, up front, number 40, Jerry Habershaw. For Classical, At center, number 22, Mike Reed. And for Hendricken up front once again, number 21, Steve Williams. Coach of the Purple of Classical, Don Pastine, and assistant coach, Richard Deutsch. Coach of the Hawks of Bishop Hendricken, Ray Pepin, and his assistant coaches, Don Hickey and Ed Clune. Referees for this evening's championship game are Dick Lynch and John Jaworski. So I guess we are all set to go here in the for the start of this second game. And we're going to find out if we have another titleist here. We have West Warwick, for sure. They're in that clubhouse, as they used to say, Frank, and they got it all bagged away. We just gave a lot of numbers and names, and we always take the opening moments here of the second game to sort of fill you in as you're watching them play here. The gold and green for the Hawks, and of course for the purple. That's their color out here on the floor in their team uniforms tonight. So who's going to win it? It's going to be a good one. Hendricken Classical. Don Pastine against Ray Pepin. Well, that's Steve Williams in the center jump circle, and looks like Mike Reed, and that's controlled right off the outset here by Hendricken. Backcourt now is Steve Brewster and Waldo Manning. Check those numbers for you right now. Manning with the ball right now. Works it over to Brewster. He's on the right. Pick up that forward wall for you. Well, that's deflected partially. We may have a bucket right here by Classical going to the hoop. Easy layup is Mike Reed. One of the players are going to have to they're going to have to keep their eyes on down there. 2-0. Purple out in front. We have a little college touch right here with the Screamers coming down the floor. They do that quite a few cities on the first basket, and namely up there at Syracuse. All right, the Hawks down by a deuce. Put the ball in play here. Habershaw is number 40, Steve Williams 21, Sean Hensler up front is wearing number 11 along the sideline with the ball right now. Waldo Manning looking underneath. Watching Habershaw, he's got the ball. Work it into the lane for a 14-footer that will not drop for Steve Williams. Put up again, that does not go. We have the whistle, and we'll have our first foul of the ball game. And this will go against the purple. This will be charged to Rich Tuck. Sean Hensler, we look at him for the first time this evening kind of close up. Is at the free throw line for the Hawks. He puts it up and in. We have a 2-1 score here. The purple out front. Okay, Sean all ready to go. He gets the ball from Dick Lynch. West Warwick, the winner in the first game over Johnson. That shot is good. We're all tied up at 2. I think we'll have a lot of those tonight. The meaning toss stolen away. 15-footer is good by number 15. That's Waldo Manning. And just like that, the Hawks have a 4-2 lead. They throw it away as the purple came down court, and all of a sudden here, in just a period of about 15 seconds, the Hawks are off and running. Steve Brewster will pretty much handle the attack. He's 5'9". He's guarded by Len Lopes there. So he's looking around to the sideline. Waldo Manning. Top of the key, coming out to help is Hensler. But again, Brewster, right there, will be quarterbacking, so to speak. Hensler working it outside to Steve Williams. Hensler takes it back, keeps it outside, nearly stolen away. That's how they get the first bucket. They work it over to the sideline. Habershaw hits. Jerry Habershaw. 6-2 is our score. The Hawks out in front after trailing 2-zip. So in a minute's time, they scored 6 straight points. Top of the foul circle now. We'll have a look here at their backcourt. Here's the guy we hear so much about, Manny Barrows. We heard one coach say maybe the key to this whole thing. 15-footer from the right. It's good by Lopes. Len Lopes, 6'4". Hawks by 2. This is Brewster bringing the ball back. A little man-to-man defense on him. Lopes trailing him as he's swinging outside again. They're going to set up again. All right, Brewster will take it outside here, and he wants to look things over. Swings to the right. and works. And there's a bomber from the corner. That's a 25-footer that will not go for Hensler. The purple coming back. Over the middle they come. On the right, that is Lopes. He's going to work it outside of one of his guards, Steve Zubiago. Zubiago with the ball here. All right, Lopes penetrates, gets in, and dumps it. He gets it in there for a deuce 6-6. We're all tied up. So Brewster brings it back now, and again, he's got some company here all evening, Mr. Lundy Lopes. Bouncer in the corner for the Hogs, it's Hensler. Working outside, top of the foul circle. There's a long bomb by Manning. That is no good. They have one more try. Hessler. His semi-hook will not go. The rebound is cleared away. Mike Reed. Up ahead, Lopes coming to the right, 1-on-4. Puts it up, it won't go. Little volleyball for here. One more time. That is good. That's Rich Tuck. (8-6). Over the sideline here, they're working into the baseline. It looks like we have an end-line violation. We might have a foul. We're going to have the foul. That's what it is. Charged to Mike Reed, number 1. Let me give you the classical numbers. I'm sure you spotted them by now. We're going to have a look here one more time, and you can look right there on the foul at non-established position. And the ball is put in play, and a quick bucket underneath right there. So Habishaw picks up a deuce. We are tied up at 8 once again. We're wide open in this ball game. And drive into the hoop again for Glasgow. It's tough. 10-8. That purple out in front. Brewster brings it back. He's going to the right, beating over there along the sidelines. Manning double team. Without Habishaw. They try to rifle it underneath. He gets it back. He's going to the hoop. He's got a deuce. 10-10. Matching baskets here after that early lead by the Hogs to 6-2. Top of the foul circle. That's Zubiago. And he plays catch here on the sideline. It goes left, and shot up is blocked by the Hogs. They're coming out of a pack. Are they going to get something going here? They do. And we'll bring it back here over the middle, trying to break a tie. 3:40 to go in an action-packed first quarter. Hendricken and Classical. There's Brewster working outside. Works to Sean Hensler in the corner. And from the foul line left, 15-footer will not drop there for Steve Williams. As they come off the boards, we have the whistle. We'll have another foul. Let's wait for the official clarification on this one as Dick Lynch goes over to the sidelines here with 3:26 to go. We're going to have an official timeout right here. We'll take it, too. Time on the floor at the Civic Center. All tied up. Hendricken 10, Classical 10. Well, back to the Civic Center in our tie ball game, having a look at the action here in our replay. And batted up ahead here by Classical, and this is one of the key buckets of the ball game right there. With Mike Reed. So all set to go once again. Purple will put it in play. Looking for their first state title. And back to come very, very shortly. They'll be picked up at midcourt. Lopes bringing the ball over the middle. I beg your pardon. Manny Barrows. And they're working outside again. All right, this is Barrows now. Getting it in low for a shot up that will not go. And Habishaw pulls it off here for the Hawks. Brewster, he's coming back here for Hendricken. Playing him is Manny Barrows. If we mentioned Lopes before, we beg your pardon. It's Barrows on him, man-to-man. Free throw line left. 15-footer is no good by Hensler, but the Hawks stay in there. Brewster puts it up. He does not hit either. And as they try to go up one more time, Steve Williams, it goes in, but I don't think it's going to count. We have the officials whistle with 2:44 to go. We have a foul, and this will be charged to Ricky Tuck. That's the third foul. Team foul, Frank.
I tell you, Christian, I think we've heard so much about how good these teams are, but also not only athletically, but academically, these schools have quite a reputation.
Look at some of the action there, and you see the contact by Tuck. Shot up, will not go. Batted up again. Hawks still have one more shot. Habishaw will not go for him either. There's Scrapper for it, and finally contained by Lenny Lopes. Steve Zubiago's coming back for the purple. We stay at 10. Steve at the top of the key, moves into the circle, works it off on the right side, and takes it back. All right, the swing comes over here. Barrels now. Zubiago moves for a 14-footer. That's right in the hole. And Classico takes a 12-10 lead. It's the Brewster. Barrels waiting for him as the bouncer goes into the corner. They swing around. Steve Williams off on the right side. Habishaw from the right corner, or near it anyway. Waldo Manning's shot will not go there. We have another Hawk foul coming up with 1:53 to go in the first half.
Hendricken's got a lot of muscle underneath, and you might attribute that to the couple of young gentlemen that play a couple of sports. Jerry Habishaw is on the football team. He plays on the defense, and of course Steve Williams is an All-American running back.
Off on the right side now into forecourt as they try to work it around and get things going a little bit here. Shot up from the left will not go. With 1 minute, 38 seconds to go. We had Wes Warwick, in case you joined us late, winning the first game with a very convincing performance over Johnston. Armin Pastine is in for Classico. He'll wear uniform number 20. He is wearing number 20. And outside now, they swing around. Two on the left. The Hawks. They're going to catch up here. They're down by a deuce. Into the corner. Steve Williams with it. Bouncer deep in the corner right there. Nothing doing. They're going to work it outside. Habishaw's 15-footer does not drop. Turnaround fall away. Williams is good. We're tying up at 12. Pressure on, take it away again. His shot up does not go in the hole here, and Dick Lynch's whistle with 1 minute to go. Habishaw will get the foul there on that last play and see if you can pick it out as the shot comes up and off, and a battle for it right there, and it's kind of out of your view a little bit. Okay, back on the Hawks. That's, I beg your pardon, the purple. That's Zubiago. Working baseline for a shot up that doesn't drop, but the rebound is put in front. Looks like Reed's going to get it. 14-12, Classico out front. 37 seconds to go in this first quarter. Along the sidelines, Steve Williams into the corner. It's Hensler. Brewster's in there now, but I think he's going to come outside with it and work it back into the corner now, working against the Classical defense here. Swing goes corner. Hastine can't get up. They get Adams. They work it outside. The shot up will not go for Hensler one more time, and this is going to count. And a whistle, too, for a foul. With credit to Steve Williams. We're tied at 14. 3:14s in the clock. 14 seconds left.
Real pretty move by Steve Williams on that play. Just turned, grabbed the rebound, turned, and shot in all one nice fluid motion.
Pastine picks up the personal foul. Here's a chance for a three-point play. Good look at Steve there, but he's not with the free throw. The rebound, Pastine loses the handle on it, but gets it back. Okay, Zubiago will bring the ball back here for the purple over the middle of the time. He's down to the foul line, feeds off right there, the 12-footer that will not drop. Hawks have it, but there's the buzzer. So, boy, you can't get any closer than this in the kind of quarter we expected. And we'll be back here to the start of the second quarter in a moment. The score here after one, Bishop Hendricken 14, Classical 14. All right, some Ray Perry figures here. Classical 7 out of 12, 56%. Hendricken with a tie is only shooting 31% at 6 out of 19. Turnovers 4 for the purple, 1 for the Hawks, rebounding. Hendricken 9, Classical 6. And we have Habishaw with 6 points to lead the Hawks in scoring right now. Here we go into quarter number 2. And once again, we'll have Mike Reed in that center jump circle against Steve Williams. And on the tap, it is controlled by the Hawks. And again, it will be Steve Brewster. He will set it up. Let's watch Classical drop back now. Looks almost like some sort of a matchup zone into the corner. They're working outside and top of the key once again. Now they bounce pass it in, going to the hoop. looks like Havishar, but it is a classical ball right now. That was Jerry. And the purple moves down, looking to break a tie right here. Along the right sideline. Swing goes over. We'll check this up for you here in just a moment. And at the top of the key, it goes in low and drive to the hoop. And we have a basket under there, right, too. And it looks like Zubiago. Mike Sweeney is into the ball game. 16-14. Look at it one more time. There's Zubiago. Hessler picks up the foul on this play. And we have Steve out there at the line with a chance. He looks at it from a different angle. He's coming along there from the left. And the contact is made right there. Does not get the free throw. We say it's 16-14. Brewster on the bouncer. Takes it back again. He plays catch in the corner now with Hensler. Sean's going to bring it outside and work it back in. And coming out to help, El Waldo Mann at the top of the key. They move it nicely around the zone set up here by Don Pastine. I'll tell you, a couple of well-coached teams. Offensive foul right here. Charge to the Hawks. On his way in, Steve Williams, number 1. Team foul number 4. Purple has 5 of them. So back to come over the middle with Mike Sweeney. He is number 11 at 5'10". That's going to handle the attack. He'll be the point guard. Reed, 14-footer from the lane, is short. And the Hawks coming back down the other way. They're down 2. That's where quickly Williams coming from the left. Wow, what a defensive play into there. For 6'5" Mike Reed, who I would think is the biggest player in this tournament. Wow, that's the defensive play of the night. Brewster put it in play again. He works outside, and he's out near the middle. He takes a peek down, see what the purple is setting up right here, and they work sideline. Waiting there for the ball is Hensler. He gets it top of the key. Brewster on the right now. Zone shades that way. Right defense is left right here. Williams off the left, cross-coursing. Brewster looking underneath. Can he get into Havishar? No, he goes to the corner. All right, come outside again. And top of the foul circle, he's swinging around. Steve Williams tries to pass, deflected. Picked out of midair by Mike Reed. The Chris was present here in March, and back over the middle they come. Steve Zubiago takes a drive there, but the bouncer comes over here to the sideline. Sweeney, it's up in the air. It is good. Mike Sweeney, 5:39 to go, and there is the first 4-point lead of the ball game, and Classical has it here. So we have a timeout right now on the floor. Timeout here at the... Well, we called it the defensive play of the game here. Watch Steve Williams coming in for the Hawks. And look at that hand up there in the air. And that belongs to Mike Reed. Dang. See it again? How's that for basketball play? Make Coach smile a little bit if he can do that during the game. We're putting in play right now. The Hawks down 4. 2 talented basketball teams. What's that expression you use so much now? They've been here before. Boy, they hear it every year in this final game. Over the middle now. Let's see, not quite. Havishar having a little trouble, but Brewster gets it over. And they fire it into the corner. Waldo Manning was there. He's out again, and Brewster handling everything. Takes it back from Hensler. Now there's a shot, and the 16-footer will not go for Manning. Batted up again short. Rebound here come the purple. Mike Sweeney on a bouncer, Zubiago, and going to the hoop and making a big bucket right there is that fine player, Manny Barrows. 20-14 Classical. The press on, too, here. Purple nearly stolen by Reed. The Hawks get it back. Easy do. The layup is good underneath. And they get back into the ball game here. Sean Hensler connecting. 20-16. The bouncer left, and we're going to have one pump from the corner that will not go there by Sweeney. That's picked off. The Hawks coming back. 4:34 to go. Brewster outside. It looks like man-to-man here for the purple right now. Don Pastine will mix them up on you when it comes to defenses. Trap in the corner. He's out Brewster. He has a shot. He doesn't hit it, though. Batted up again, but a little contact underneath there. We'll have the offensive foul call here. Foul will be charged to the Hawks, and Steve Williams. Number 2, team foul number 5. There we go again. It looked like they were going for a deuce right here, but the foul is committed there, which sends the action down the other way. We have a one-on-one situation right now. And the shot by Len Lopes is good. 21-16 Purple. Plenty of time, very deliberate there at the free throw spot. Sends it on its way. That is no good. The board is controlled here by Hendricken. Steve Brewster coming back. Man-to-man on him was Sweeney, number 11. And then he drops back into his zone arrangement as they're working around to the right side. Manning, Brewster, Hensler, Steve Williams. They switch the offense and overload this left side, and go to the other side here. See if he can catch somebody out of position. Outside, 18-footer is good by Sweeney. Hey, he can shoot. Hensler, beg your pardon, I said Sweeney, but Sweeney can shoot it too. 21-18 is our score. In low it goes. Turnaround shot. Reed will not drop. Scramble forward. Brewster has it for the Hawks. West Warwick, the winner of the Class B title in their first televised game. Bounce it in low. Turnaround shot. Williams is good. Perfectly executed. 21-20, and the Hawks back in action here. Biggest lead has been about 6 for the Purple. Double in the way combo. Barrows swinging to the sideline. Comes cross court, and there's a turnaround shot. That's good from about 10. Len Lopes. 23-20. Purple up by 3. Rifle it up in the corner. They're going to get it? Yes, they do. Steve Williams along the line. Trying to get up and block again underneath by Reed. Here they come. Over the middle now. From the right. Stops. Pop. And a two-pointer right there by Steve Zubiago. 25-20. Habishaw in the backcourt. Gets it over to Brewster. That's Williams coming from the left. He's got to wait till his guy gets back and bounce. All right. Bounces around to the right. Outside. 17-footer by Brewster. Does not go. Rebound again. Reed, oh, he's dominating off that, but his pass is not that good. He goes out of bounds. 2:21 to go in the second quarter. Hawks down 5, they've been down 6. Over the sideline, Sean Hensler, they work it back, and Brewster goes under, puts it up, and evidently over that end line. So the Purple takes over. Barrows, 2 on him, trapped in the backcourt by the Hawks, doing a little pressing. Up on the left sideline it goes. In the lane, we have a 10-footer right there that will not go batted up again in some volleyball action. Now it's a Hawks ball trying to fast break. Purple's going to catch up to him, forcing Manning to the baseline for his shot. Rebound is controlled by Zubiago. 1:45 to go. Purple back and in the left corner. They work it outside. Barrows with the ball there. Swings Zubiago to get it into the low, but it's thrown away. Broke up. They get about a 4-on-2, and as they get a pass up over the middle, a little contact there with 1:29 to go, and we shall have a foul call. Might also have a timeout right here. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. We, as we say, 1:29. 25-20 is our score. Both teams over the limit right now. So Steve Brewster goes to the line here for the Hawks. They want points before this half ends. The shot of the year is no good. They get it back. Stevie Williams. Nice move. Gets it up and won't drop for him. He scooped it up there. One more time. Manning. Still again. Happy foul. That's good. 25-22. The Purple by 3. A Over the middle and outside, Zubiago. Works sideline. Sweeney takes it back. Swing around to the right. Barrow. Zubiago. There's the outside follow. That's good again. There's Mike Sweeney. We were talking about him before and his shooting ability. 27-22. Less than a minute to go as Brewster comes up. Everybody sets up defensively, and Brewster watching his mates now. Their cuts. What they're going to do with it. Manning cuts to the corner. He's loose. Works it outside. Now he goes left. Hensler in low. Shot up blocked by Reed. Put up again. That will drop to the Hawks, and they come off the board with 29 seconds to go. We have the whistle for a foul. That will be charged to Steve Zubiago. That'll be his first. Joe Ducharme comes into the ball game here for the Hawks. Here is a 1-1. And it does not go in the hole. Rebound Zubiago. They may have time for another one. They have plenty of time, but they want to set it up nicely. They're up by 5. Classical. Over the middle now, Sweeney on the left, 16 seconds to go. They're quite aware of the time. All right, 12 seconds to go now. Sweeney outside, gets away from his man, goes to the foul line, tries to get a knee broken up on the Hawks, 5 seconds to go. Can they get a shot here? 2 seconds, 1 second, it comes up ahead. Brewster does not get it off in time. His shot rim right there. And we have finished 1/2 of play right here. And the purple of Classical with a 5-point lead here. But this one has all the indications of a real big one. All right, hope you enjoyed that one. We have another half of basketball to go in our game at the Civic Center. So be sure you stay with us. Be back here very shortly. Our score at halftime. Classical 27, Hendricken 22. Okay, what does it look like down in one of the locker rooms? Well, Frank Carpano was there.
Okay, Ray, what's the game plan here for the second half?
Well, we have to be a little bit better offensively. Defensively, as far as controlling their running game and keeping the game within limits for that point spread. You know, I'm happy. They just scored 27 points. That's 54 for a game. If the game plays in the 50s, I feel that we can win the game. We got to do a little bit better job offensively. We did the other night, the second half against LaSalle. Hopefully, some of the jitters are out, and we'll do a little bit better.
They seem to be successfully boxing you out underneath on the offensive boards.
Well, they got size, and we haven't. It's difficult to establish an inside game against that kind of size. They rejected 2 or 3 shots out of bounds, so you're forced to become a little bit more of a perimeter team. If you're a perimeter team, you're not only shooting from the outside, but you're on the outside looking in on the rebounds. So we have to hit a couple of those, extend their defense, and then we can get something inside.
Good luck in the second half. All right, let's go back upstairs now to Chris Clark.
Okay, we're in the locker room. We're right upstairs. Here's a familiar guy. He's been with us a lot of years, but he's just telling me he wish he weren't up here so he could be down here with his team on the floor playing. We're talking about Joe Hassan, of course, the coach of Our Lady of Providence. Another good team this year. First of all, before I ask you about your team and the future, give us a coach's evaluation, Joe, of this first half.
Well, when Classical went zone, they took Hendricken kind of out of the game. Hendricken had 4 points there the first 4 minutes of the second quarter with Classical in the zone. And Classical went back to a man-to-man. Hendricken picked up, it was 14, 18, 22 points. I think if Classical stays in the zone, they'll win the ball game.
A lot of good talent down there. Chris, I've seen the Hawks. I didn't get a chance to really watch them. Well, I saw them in one game, Classical this year, but Mr. Reed, he's quite a player.
Yeah, Mike Reed's not working that hard on the boards, though. I think he did the same thing against Central in the semi. Then he took over in the second half, and that was the ball game. Again, the kid Lopes is a good shooter. He's not putting it up, but Barrows is a super point guard.
Okay, Our Lady of Providence. You were in the tournament here this year, but eliminated, Joe.
Yeah, Central beat us. Central played a super game. We came out flat. Never got untracked, and we went down to 2. But we had 1 sophomore and 6 juniors that played a lot, so we'll be around next year.
I was just going to ask you that. Are you looking forward to next season?
Oh, yeah, we'll be around next year.
Okay. Your points about this game are very good ones. This is real good basketball knowledge. Well, of course it is from Joe Hassett. We're going to watch and see if it develops that way, as you put it. Okay, Chris. All right. Joe Hassett, head coach at Our Lady of Providence, with us here. And we're going to be back. We'll go in here to the second half. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment. 5-point lead for the Purple here, 27-22 as we go into the second half of play. Kind of looking forward to things, too. As if you didn't catch some figures before, we'll give you the scores. And one of the very strong figures right here, Classical shooting 13 out of 23, 56%. But for the Hawks, 10 out of 28, 36%. So again, Hensler for the Hawks now. Hensler 6, Williams 6, Habershaw has 8, and Manning has 2. Looking at some of the action in the first half, looks like Mr. Reed right there with an opening basket. But the Hawks, well, looked good in the early going. Climbed back into this one very, very definitely. Jerry Habershaw connecting with the deuce. And Ray Pepin's team had looked strong until, as we heard about that zone before, and that kind of really paid off here for the Classical Purple. And they went to work and had just dominant factors there in that first half defense. They had the offense. They had the fast break, as you saw right there going, and looked pretty good. That's Don Pastine's team. So what's going to happen here in the second half? That's up to the players right there on the court, and it's going to be exciting, guarantee you that. So we'll be back for the start of the second half of tonight's Class A championship game between down there. Some anxious moments from the Hawks.
Yeah, Coach, it was interesting to see how he handled the kids at the halftime. He let them relax a little bit. And his talk was generally just said, hey, listen, you guys know how to play ball. Go out there and play your game, and you can beat these guys. So I think we're going to see a very interesting half of basketball coming up.
All right, Dick Lynch is signaling everybody to get ready. And away we go. Again, West Warwick, Class B champions. They had a super game here at the in the first game tonight. And sort of, well, won it kind of easily over Johnston. But still a great all-season performance here for the Panthers. But now it's down to the Purple and the Hawks. The Purple's coming out there fast. We have Len Lopes. He's going to be at a forward position. Let's see if Rich Tutt is going to start this second half as we call out some numbers for you. Well, we do see Steve Subiago for one. And Mike Reed is out there. We'll let our basketball players turn around a little bit. We'll check them all out. We gave you Lopes. We gave you Reed. Manny Barrows is there. And Zubiago. And the Hawks are out there. We see Stevie Williams. Sean Hensler is ready to start the second half. Jerry Habershaw. And, of course, Steve Brewster and the Purple. They'll be moving to our left because you watch it on the screen. We'll get things here in the second half. They'll be going to our left. All right, outside. Barrows now. After the pass, they take it back. And from the lane, there's a 14-footer off that drops right there. That's Mike Reed. 29-22 is their score. The Purple out in front. Brewster, he's wearing number 12. Here's Hensler over here. He's number 11. Steve Williams, 21. They swing it around to the left. Waldo Manning is 15. From the corner, shot up is blocked. They may get the deuce anyway. He's put up from underneath. Looks like Habershaw. 29-24. Saw a little bit of a break there as they got the ball back, and we're in perfect position for the bucket. Reed from the circle, 17-footer. That doesn't go in the hole. And as it goes to the corner, we'll have our first foul of the second half. So the march, let's see, we'll put the ball in play here. That's team foul number 1, of course, and the charge is Classical. We've only played about 50 seconds. Foul is charged to Len Lopes. That's Brewster. They're looking to move in on a trap here. Watch it closely. Watch the players. One will guard them. Another player will come over and try to knock them off right there or get them in a hole in what we call the trap. Hobble on the right sideline. That's Manning shooting the corner. Comes out again. Brewster. Swinging around the left side. Manning trying to beat the zone. Catch it out of position or catch, guys going through that are open. All right, Habershaw off the post. Gets it outside. Brewster's going to pump it. 16-footer. That's good. 29-26. Up and on the left sideline, we have Len Lopes in. They swing it outside. Barrows is number 10, if we did not mention that before. foul line. It comes outside once again on the drive. Put up on a runner that it's no good. It comes out. It's going to belong to the Hawks. It's Waldo Manning taking a zigzag course here. Everybody gets down. He works the corner. Brewster come out. Of course, he's been the point guard here all the way, and he's gonna handle everything. Sean Hensler swinging. There's the trap of the corner, 2-on-1, so they wisely get it outside again. Brewster picked up by his defensive man. Can't get in there. Gets to the Habishaw, but from outside, Manning shoots. Does not hit. Volleyball under there, and it's cleared by the purple, Len Lopes. Classical out in front here, and they've been out for quite some time. Works it up the court from the circle. Reed is traveling as he couldn't quite make up his mind on the drive or the pass, and he's caught by the officials, and the ball goes back over again. Five minutes, 34 seconds to go in this third quarter of our championship game. I'll have awards later. Hear from some of the players and coaches down on the floor as the Hawks work the ball. And a shot. We have a collision right there. Let's see what the call is going to be. I believe the defensive player is going to be charged with the foul, and that'll be the purple, of course, of Classical. And that's just what it is. Manny Barrows. Here's the drive right here, and right over it. And on the deck is our guy right there, Manny Barrows. I like to put the ball in play now. In quickly. Shot up from 10. Will not go. Scrambled rebound. Stevie Williams trying to get something up, but somebody's having it in there, and it's Steve. 5:18 to go. This foul to be charged to the purple. Here's a very interesting figure you got to watch it come out to this game, and that's team fouls. Foul was charged to Len Lopes, but they have 3. The Hawks do not have any. We'll have a look at it one more time as he's sandwiched through there, and the foul is committed. Williams at the line is short.
As we mentioned earlier, Chris, Steve is an All-American running back. He has a brother on the team that'll be attending URI and playing for Bob Griffin down there on the football team. Ray Williams sitting on the bench this evening.
Second one will not go. The chance for another shot in low, but another foul is committed. We had the shot put up by Waldo Manning, but evidently he may get the offensive foul right there because we're going the other way. That's exactly what it is. And the purple will put it in play. They're up by 3, 29-26. Class A championship at stake. And over the middle they come, and that's Barrows going to the right sideline. Swing goes over there. Lubiago going baseline, cannot go in with a read. Down the middle, puts it up and in. 31-26. Mike Reed. They're picking up at half court here on the D. Watch the defense slide over whoever has the ball to see if they can get the trap. Over 2-on-1. Brewster working off Habishaw. It goes corner. Hensler pumps it from there. That's no good. Comes out wide. The Hawks still have it. There's a lunger from the foul line. That's good. A runner, lunger, what have you, 31-28. He got the 2 points, and that's what's most important. Good play. Barrows over the middle now for the purple. He's working sideline. Zubiago in a collision here, and 2 or 3 players on the deck. And in the middle of that group, we have 2 Classical players giving it to who me right now. One of them is Steve Zubiago, pointing to himself. He gets up off the deck. We'll have a look at it one more time. We'll see that collision, and tough to tell, but the foul is going to Manny Barrows. And that's number 4, and that's trouble right there. Hendricken down 3, and they're in the forecourt. They work off a post, Habishaw corner. Swing it outside Brewster. Waldo Manning, turn around, 15-footer is good. We have a 1-pointer going here, fans. 31-30. Purple back in a hurry. Barrows working the corner, but we have an official's whistle for time right here, and I'm not quite sure how we called it, but we have a timeout, and we'll take it too. Timeout on the floor at Pacific Center. And the score, Classical 31, Hendricken 30. 31-30. We're in the third quarter with 3:51 to go. See a little of the action here in replay form. Knifing up there for a 2-pointer for the Aces. And here they come back out on the floor. Mr. Mike Sweeney in our ball game that we did not identify before for Classical. He's pumped a couple of long ones early in the game. Mike Reed will put it in play right here. Now again, the lead has been cut down to 1. Classical was controlling pretty good here before. Looks like the Hawks are playing a little tougher D. In it goes, though, and on the sideline, Zubiago is going to set it up outside. He's got Sweeney over here to his left. And he's got Lopes in his right. They play catch the right side. Zone set up here, Hendricken. Top of the key, comes left again, Sweeney. Try to get in the middle, broken up, stolen away. Waldo Manning, here's about a 3-on-2. Going down, getting some kind of a fall away up there is Manning, but we'll have the whistle, we'll have the foul. It might go to Zubiago. Look at it one more time. There is the penalty check. It's going to be Sweeney, number 11, right there, committed that foul. You saw it in your screen. So over the limit right now, but it's a 2-shot foul anyway. Our Classical team, the shot is good. We're all tied up at 31. There we go again. He can put his side out in front. He does. 32-31. Hendricken out in front. Pressure in the backcourt. Abishaw was there on the point, but they break it, and the purple's up over the middle. That's Sweeney. Zubiago, they're going to look to get back in front now. 10-2 run here by Bishop Hendricken. So whatever Ray Pepin said at halftime is certainly working. Top of the key, they look one way, but the feed goes right. Work it into Reed. Turnaround's going nowhere. And we have the whistle. We'll have another foul. This should go to Steve Williams. Receive number 3. And you have a look here. Right there's a bump right there. As Reed turned around for the shot. Mike will go to the line here and get 2 shots. Hawks in good shape in that team foul department. They only have 2. The shot is no good. So the best Mike could get for his team right now, as Ray Pepin looks on, is a tie. That's on its way. That's good. We're tied again. We're at 32. 3:11 to go. Steve Brewster coming back. Zone set up there. That zone was pretty good for Classical earlier. Straight up, it might be a 1-3-1. One player outside is Sweeney. Trick University liner. They get out there for a shot. Sweeney takes it. He hits it. I beg your pardon, on that one. The basket is by Hensler. 34-32. That is correct. Over the middle of the time. Top of the foul circle. Zubiago reverses. And it's nearly stolen away, but they get it back. Zubiago trying to get it in low. He does. Put up by Reed. And in. We're tied at 34. 2:25 to go. Watch Classical move up in the trap. There it is. 2-on-1 in midcourt. Nearly stolen away. But Habishaw gets it up ahead. They scoop it underneath into the audience. And it's going to come back here to the left. All right, Steve Williams is going to go out of there right now. Ed Worth is into the game. He is wearing number 33 for Hendricken. From the corner, Sweeney measures. He hits. 36, 34. Boy, he can shoot it. 153. Classical has the lead back. We have a good one going. Up ahead, Waldo Manning into the lane. Swings it off to the left. There's no shot there. She comes outside. Brewster. Looking left, feeding right, working off Manning, and they play a little catch. Zone on that side, obviously. In the corner, that's Worth getting it out. Brewster has no room, but Hensler does and hits it. Tied at 36. That purple back, Classical high. From the right, a long bomb rims the basket by Len Lopes. Picked off by the Hawks. Brewster's going to come back now. The other side of our court here at the Civic Center, they are really alive now because their team has done a job in the comeback to play them. In the corner, Manning on a drive, puts it up and it's short. Mike Reed with the rebound, gets it out, Zubiago. Classical on the move here. He gets in the lane, stops, pulls up. Shot is no good. Put up again, in low. That is good. Mike Reed. 38-36. 44 seconds to go. Well, the Class A title. Boy, you couldn't ask for a better ball game here and two great teams. Over on the left, that's Worth. Coming out of the corner, Manning. Brewster. Swings it around here to the corner, Worth. Brewster takes it back. Worth is guarded too close. Now he gets a guy cutting through, puts the shot up. It is Hensler. It is no good. Ball fought for outside. The purple will have it with 12 seconds to go. All right, he looks up at the clock, and he really gallops up. He hasn't got much time. He's got 6. Zubiago runs into each defensive player, and it's going back the other way now. On the offensive foul, Steve Zubiago, 4 seconds to go. So the Hawks have a chance here for a tying basket. They'll have to move in a hurry. Brewster, 3 seconds over the middle, top of the key, lunges one up from 25, bounces off the rim, did not come down in the hole. All right, 1 more quarter to go. Up for grabs for sure. 2 evenly matched teams, and we're going to have it for you right here. At the end of the 3rd quarter, it is Classical 38, Hendricken 36.
Government standards would allow me to call this a grade A chicken, but my standards wouldn't. This chicken is skinny, it has scrapes, and hairs. The fact is, my graders reject 30% of the chickens government graders accept as grade A. That's why it pays to insist on a chicken with my name on it. If you're not completely satisfied, write me, and I'll give you your money back. Who do you write in Washington? What do they know about chickens?
Long-range financial independence. Today, the independent thinker plans his own future. Financial security requires an independent stand. At Greater Providence Deposit and Trust, our multi-option IRAs offer you tax-deferred security in a way that benefits you most. And our money market account offers the highest return available, is insured, and offers you access to your cash anytime without penalty. With a top money market account, come into Greater Providence Deposit and Trust. Declare your independence.
Well, at the end of 3 quarters, Frank, we have Hendricken 16 out of 40 for 40%. Classical 18 out of 30, 60%. Turnovers, Classical 12, Hendricken 9. And let's see, evidently in the rebounding department, Hendricken 21-16. So, would you dare pick a winner here?
I'd rather not. Stay away from that right now. What a great game. The foundation has been laid, and it's all coming down to the final quarter, and I would not doubt at all that it comes down to the final minute in this game between Classical and Hendricken.
All right, leading scorers, Hensler is 10, Habishaw 10. Reed is 10 for Classical. He also has 6 rebounds. There you go. This is going to decide it unless we go into an OT. And Classical on the move here to start the quarter on a drive. But Sweeney found the alley open, and he connects. 40-36. Nice move. He took advantage of what he saw there. Connected. Brewster comes back for the Hawks. He's over Hensler's sideline. Baseline, Stevie Williams back in there, of course. They need him for the stretch drive. Williams in the corner, looking out, swinging it out. Waldo Manning. They'll play catch. Now, Manning's going to put it up. That's going to be way off the mark. He's going to bounce out wide to Mike Sweeney. So Classical back in the court right now. Top of the foul circle. Zubiago's guilty of steps. He was trying to get a little bit of the stutter dribble there. But call for the traveler. And the Hawks have it back. They're down 4. All right, here we go. Brewster coming back now. I'm going to watch Classical back on D. When they stand straight up now, it's a 1-2-2. 1 outside, 2 along the front line, and 2 in the back line. Off the left side, it goes into the circle. 19-footer. Manning is no good. And stolen away. Hawks get it right back again, and he gets his bucket here. Missed it the first time. Waldo Manning. 40-36. 38, Purple by 2. Zubiago bounce passes into the corner. Glenn Lopes is there. He'll get it in low. Turn around. Reed off the glass. And in 42-38 Classical. Brewster over the middle. Not through the center circle here at the Providence Civic Center. Manning and Brewster playing catch on the right side. They get it into the baseline. Habishaw with about a 5-footer, partially blocked. And Classical has it. Zubiago trying to wrestle it away. And there is a foul called. And let's see which way it's going to go now. Walking down the floor in a very disappointed manner. Here's one of the Hawks. 6 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Ray Pepin is up. Don Pastine is up. And the foul is going to Classical and Zubiago. His third, team foul number 5. Okay, a little swing in the elbow job down there charged to Zubiago. And the Hawks have a chance here to get within 2 again. They work the corner. Brewster's going to come outside with it for his point guard position. All right, he comes back, looks, and feeds Manning off to the right to Habishaw. Good motion, good action here. And from the top of the key, 20-footer Brewster will not go. Rebound is still in there. And as Manning turns to put something up, Mike Reed commits the personal foul. That'll be number 2 on Mike. And of course, as we mentioned before, Classical over the limit right here. See it one more time. No much doubt about this. Matter of fact, Mike quickly stepped back, put his hand up. He knew he was the guy who committed the foul. Waldo Manning will be out there at the line. West Warwick has won the B championship. The Wizards look good here tonight. The shot is no good. Here it is. This up of the air again. That is no good. And Reed with the rebound. So the Hawks missing a chance there to pull within 2. Zubiago comes back on the right sideline. Looking outside of Sweeney. Wants to hit one of his men on the sideline. And Len Lopes over there, number 12. And the Reed, 14-footer from the lane is no good. Habishaw with the rebound. Dropping it off. Brewster will bring it back. Coming down to the 5:25 left in our game. Zone again for the Purple and Classical. Manning swings around. Habishaw with a 10-footer will be short. Rebound Hensler. That's good. 42-40. All right, here's the 2-on-1 now. Reed's going to go to the hole with it. He puts it up. It is no good, though. Reed hits the deck, and we have a foul call right here. Matty Barrows has been out of there, so let's see. Now, we are going to have the foul charged to Stevie Williams. One more time as we look at it. Reed went right to the basket, but he didn't make it there, but he'll get 2 shots.
As we get down here to nitty-gritty time, we got to look at the timeout situation. In the semifinal game that Hendricken was involved in against LaSalle, it came down to the fact that LaSalle could have used one more timeout down in the last minute of play, but didn't have it. Both teams have 4 remaining timeouts.
Reed just made the free throw, 43-40. He has 11 points. He does not make this one, and the board is clear. So the Hawks down by 3 right now, and over the middle they come. Let's see what Brewster can do with his team here. He's the point guard out near the middle. Here's the zone set up. Brewster trying to fake it. You'll notice that's the way to be, of course. So fake moves, fake passes. A lot of head fakes in there every now and then. Steve get the defense to go the wrong way and then hit an open man. All right, on the right now it goes Manning with baseline drive. Stevie Williams puts it up and in. 43-42. Classical by 1. Pressure in the backcourt. But they get it up over the middle. Now have a 2-on-2. Deflected by Brewster and picked off by Hensler, and the Hawks with a chance here to go up by 1. He's going to call a timeout right there. Oh, what a basketball game we have going for you. 4:14 to go.
The runner-up and the championship team.
All right, Civic Center, 4:14. These are the big numbers. 4:14 left. Classical with 43 points. Hendricken with 42. Some Ray Perry figures. We have Hensler. I beg your pardon now. Hendricken, 18 out of 48, 39%. Classical shooting 59%. Hendricken has 9 less turnovers and 5 more rebounds than Classical. So those are the figures. And the Hawks are on the move here. Chance to go ahead once again. Brewster playing outside. Well, that's where he is all the time anyway. He gets it into the baseline. Brewster takes it back. Plays to Hensler. He shoots it. He hits it. 44-43. 3:55 to go, but Hendricken has the extra point. Classical report. They're looking at the zone 2. 2-3. The two are out of the foul line. They're working in low. They're going to go to Reed. And we have the whistle. We have a foul. Now establishing his position in low is Stevie Williams. And his name goes up on the board. And that's number 5, if I'm not mistaken. And he's going to have to march off there. And he gets a nice round of applause. He is a heck of a basketball player. Steve Williams.
Well, it's interesting to see how Hendricken will now adjust with the loss of Steve Williams. He's been really making things happen out there tonight on the offense.
9 and 5 is the figures. 9 points, 5 rebounds. The Hawks have that lead of 1 point here, but there is a severe loss to Ray Pepin. Let's see what Don Pastine's team can do about it. Mike Reed will put the ball in play for the purple. Looking in and swinging it out deep. That's Sweeney. He works over here on the left side. Sweeney's going to pop it. He does not hit it. It comes off. They're going to get another shot at it because it goes to the corner. Sweeney's got it again. Another 15-footer. That rims the rolls off on him. Wrestle for it. Pump faked by Reed. He goes up, but also hits the deck. And Ed Worth, who came into the ball game, commits the foul. See it one more time. Now, there's Reed with a pump fake. And up over him. I beg your pardon. It's going to be Hensler with the foul. Sean Hensler. And here is a 2-shot opportunity now. Scoreboard's going crazy. It's all right. It's up in the air. It's no good. That happened one night at one of our Providence games. And we were kind of wiped out for the last, for a good portion of the game by the scoreboard. Let's see if everything's going to be all right. It goes crazy. I mean, all kinds of numbers are flashing. It's something out of E.T., Frank. And if so, we are going to be very unofficial.
What happened last time? What did they do?
Well, they did it very nicely here, Frank. We had announcements from the table as to the time left. I think it was we happened to was down in Georgetown, too. And we're going to score. Hey, look, fans, there's no numbers on it. How about that?
Come on, now show us something here. Don't you know when the camera's on it, the scoreboard doesn't do anything?
So we're hoping that it was the Pitt game, Ray Perry reminds us. The Pittsburgh game here, which was the last home game of the regular season. I remember it served me well. But they did a nice job here with the announcer, not even Ray Backley, announcing, all the times and, what the vital facts of the game were. So I'm going to presume that we'll do the same here, and if not, well, they got to count on my running score to be correct in our approximate times as we go along.
I would imagine the coaches rely more and more on that as the time grows shorter, not only for the actual time and the scoring, but also for their timeout situation and figuring their strategy.
Oh, you're right. This is going to be critical. That particular ball game was, was a pretty good game. Providence defeated Pittsburgh. It happened to us down in Georgetown, and Georgetown blitzed Providence out, so it really wasn't a factor there that night. But here with a one-pointer, and that's the last score we have at 44-43. This could be very important. So if they don't get that clock back, and evidently they are not going to, we will have official assistant coaches up there a lot too to keep checking time. And our great producer Les Keats has thrown me in. They're gonna give us a detailed account along. I'll keep it running square as they always do anyway, but we're just going to be out. They're going to give us the time left. We have 3:29 left right now. And we also have Mike Reed at the line. He can tie this game up. The shot is good. So we're tied up at 44. And figure we have about 3:25 left. Classico down there in zone. And back in the middle, Stephen Brewster looking into the corner. He puts the shot up, and that's good. That's Hensler. 46-44. Hendricken has the lead here by a deuce. All right, we have Classico coming back here now. Swing goes to the right sideline. Lopes works it in low. Turn around shot is good. We're all tied up here once again. So it's 46 all here. That was Rich Tutt connecting for the Purple. Roughly 3 minutes, a little left, less left in the game. Top of the foul circle. Habishaw looking and feeding out. Waldo Manning, give it to Brewster. He's down to the center circle. Ray is going to write down the numbers he hears on the PA system. 2:40 left. Off to the right, they spread out. We have a four corners high school style here, and it looks pretty good. Out of the middle, there's Brewster getting him on his man. He bounces it low. Habishaw pumps. He goes up. It is blocked by Reed, and Habishaw gets it back. So the Hawks stay in there. Waldo Manning's going to take it right outside now and give it up to Brewster. And we shall have a timeout right here at the Civic Center. We'll stay right here. All right, we have 2 minutes, 10 seconds left here. Have a look at the Hawks. Sweating this one out for sure. And we also have a 46-all score right now. So Classical and Hendricken going at it as we expected here tonight. And Ray Pepin losing the title last year to LaSalle, looking to turn it around. In their sixth straight appearance, they're 3 up. They've won 3 and they've lost 2. So we like to have it obviously 4-2 rather than 3-3. But you kind of see Ray right just slightly off the screen there, center of our screen. Look at the Classical huddle right here, Frank. Anxious moments, huh?
I would think, and tell me if you agree, Chris, that this is really when the coaching comes into play. As we've mentioned so often tonight that we have 2 great coaches here, and their strategy is all important down to, as we have said, nitty-gritty time tonight.
Yeah, and you'll just see, funny point about it, you wouldn't think that in the crucial time that in certain circumstances players do the things that they should, but they do. They don't get excited to throw a bump shot. You'll see good play here, I'm sure. 46 all, the Classical bucket right here a moment ago. Tied it up. And if I'm not mistaken, our last bucket was by Tutt to make it 46 all. And the Hawks are going to put it in play here for that Class A title. There's Brewster in the backcourt now. Man-to-man on him is Sweeney. He'll stop and go. He may go all the way. Bounces underneath, and there is a shot up that will not go. And the rebound is cleared by Mike Reed. 2 minutes to go. Steve Cook is number 31 in the Hawk lineup. You saw him in that last shot. Steve Cook. He goes 6'2", and outside we have Manny Barrows playing catch with Mike Sweeney. Are we going to go down here for a last shot? Who knows? We may. Outside. They can move it around. We have no shot clock here for sure. 1:30 left right now. They used up 30 seconds. Swing goes over to the right side. It comes out to the middle. All right. Kyle Classical moving very, very nicely. Manny Barrows, that fine guard, is controlling things outside. Brewster's playing him man-to-man. He tried to shut off the passing area. Look at the trap there. Didn't work, and they back in now to their regular D. Must be coming up to the 1 minute mark right now. Barrows goes to the right, little stop and go. And they call a timeout right here. 1 minute to go. Hey, that was real nice in the way Classical showed their poise, and the Hawks stayed right with them in that they did not allow them any kind of a shot. Not that they're really going to take anything that wasn't a perfect percentage shot. So, could you ask for more than this? Gosh, we're happy to bring it your way every year. This is our third year, and I kind of hope we're going to be back here again. Hendricken has 2 timeouts left, and Classical has 3. Look at the faces right there of the Hawk huddle along the bench. Somewhere down, he's down there at the bottom of the screen. Ray Pepin has got everything figured out. What's going to happen if Classical scores? What the timeout situation is right now? What the next move is going to be? When you possibly would call a timeout or what have you? But we're tied at 46. We have 1-0-0 left in the clock. 1 minute. You don't want to hear us. You want to listen to Ray Pepin. Now, I see this is all going to work right here. Here they come. The Hawks here out there. The purple of Classical. Don Pastine. Don't worry. That last time out, he's down the other side there. Maybe away from our camera. Really spelling out what he would like to see happen here. Let's see whether the purple has something designated now. It comes in along the sideline. And number 21, Steve Zubiago, working outside, and they swing it around to the right. We'd have about 40 seconds to left. Top of the key, that's Barrows. He's going to handle it as often as he possibly can here. 45 seconds left right now. Out near the middle, there's Barrows again. That's Brewster playing a man-to-man. Those spins, nothing drastic now. He wanted to call for anything here. He could take it outside. He needs a little help from Zubiago. 30 seconds to go. We're tied. Top of the right side now. They swing it around and come out here again. We have 20 seconds left. This is the best game. We got 15 seconds left. There's Benny Barrows going to the right. Brewster staying right with him. Comes outside Zubiago. They work it underneath the read. It nearly was out of bounds. They take it outside for a shot that will not go. We're going to have a timeout, and I would have to guess there's 1 or 2 seconds left, and maybe that's the end. The game. All right, the regulation is over. I thought someone was trying to call a time. You saw it on your screen that there might be a second or 2 left. But again, with our scoreboard clock out of order here, and buzzers and everything else, that was the end of regulation play. So we are tied at